Hello and welcome to the Appleby Hour. I am Appleby, and today I'd like to talk to you about aliens, ETs, UFOs, and all that kooky, wacky nonsense. I've shared with you already that I've had multiple abduction experiences. And in that video, I made it clear that I do not believe that those were reflective of reality, that aliens have visited us. I really hope that they haven't. I'd be very disappointed if they had and not revealed themselves. The Prime Directive is bullshit. but whatever. So that's not what this is about. What this is really about is the Fermi paradox. And for those of you who don't know, the Fermi paradox, the basic idea is we look out to the stars and we see all these places where life could be, where there could be other beings like us. And I don't know, to a statistician, it's confusing. Like, how could there possibly, in all of this, how can we be the only thing? And I've spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I guess this is just my intuition on the subject. And I think it's important that we discuss it because if my intuitions are correct, we are very, very close to discovering alien life in my lifetime, in the lifetime of you and anyone else who might be watching this video. It's entirely possible. It's within reach. It's on the horizon. In fact, the James Webb Space Telescope, through its exoplanet spectrographs, what they do is they take light and they split it into the rainbow. They split it into the spectrum. And by doing that, you can see the fingerprints of different elements. And by analyzing the atmospheres of exoplanets in this way, we've actually discovered count them, two really interesting candidates that might be have signs of life. Now, whether or not these two candidates turn out to be the ones, I am very confident that the James Webb Space Telescope will find something, a positive identification of life. And it won't be super satisfying because it is just lines in a spectra, but whatever. We science is boring. What do you want? But more than that, I believe that the universe is teeming with life. I would be shocked, truly shocked, if there were not more examples of life, even just simple single celled organisms in our solar system. In fact, I believe that, a lot of people, they poo poo silicon based life because they say, well, they have to exhale solid sand. They'd have to exhale silicon dioxide. That's basically, it's just quartz. Um, and that's a fair criticism of silicon based life in a sort of room temperature environment. But I think that it's entirely possible that silicon based life could be under our feet right now in the mantle of the earth, where rock is molten. And so it would be an excretion of a liquid, and there's no reason to me that that could not be possible, a shadow biosphere of silicon based life. And even apart from that, forget that. Titan has seas of liquid methane. There could be an entirely different kind of life living in those. Liquid does seem to be necessary, but I don't buy that it has to be water. But even if it does, there's plenty of subsurface oceans all over the solar system. Like as far out as Pluto, it's entirely possible that life could be clinging on there. And so, with all this life, if I believe that there's so much life, then why, when we look out to the stars, do we not see any more civilizations, anything like us? Where's the technology? Where's the fingerprint of creative, intelligent, spacefaring beings? Well, I think that perhaps we are truly rare in our technology. And I understand the resistance to this idea to place ourselves as like, oh, we're so special. Yeah, I think resistance to that is it makes sense. It's a good, sort of knee jerk reaction to have. But at the same time, we look around on Earth, there are so many examples of really intelligent beings. I mean, cephalopods and cetaceans. If you don't know, that's whales and dolphins. Um, Cephalopods are like octopus and squid. Elephants and like even crows and magpies, the corvids in general. Uh, there are all sorts of intelligent, highly sophisticated beings that have arisen on Earth, all converging on on high intelligence as a evolutionary strategy. But only we have come to the level of technology. Lots of animals have tool use, but a technological species, there's only ever been one observed, Homo sapiens. And the distinction I make here is that a technological species, technology is it's recursive. You use tools to make better tools, to make better tools, to make better tools, and so on. And no other animal does that. Uh, we alone produce technology. And so I think perhaps that's the barrier, that's the great filter. At least I sort of hope it's the great filter. I I don't know. I want to be pessimistic and say, well, all civilizations, civilizations have arisen before and destroyed themselves. They're just a blip, flash in the pan. Uh, I don't know. I think our potential is greater than that, and to think that all who came before us had squandered it, ugh, I don't know. It's just inherently sort of repulsive as an idea. I think that, I mean, to be fair, this technological strategy is fairly complicated, and it also, like, it could be that maybe the thing about us is that our development takes so long. You know, we're limited by the size of our hips and the size of our brains. You can only fit so much brain out of a pussy before it's gonna crack those hips open and kill the mother. Uh, and so we do a lot of our development. We're basically born as fetuses, and we have to continue developing outside of the oven. We're a strange sort of pastry that keeps cooking after it's out of the oven, and maybe that's the key. Maybe you need to be malleable, plastic, and have these manipulating appendages. There's a lot of things about our strategy that are strange, and maybe we are the first. We can't discount the possibility. And if we are, then we have an immense responsibility to preserve ourselves, to protect life wherever we find it, to go out and find the life to begin with so that it can be protected. This is our calling, this is our destiny. I've talked about destiny before too. You know, and in there I said, water seeks to flow downhill, and that's just its nature. It is our nature to seek out new horizons, to explore. It's who we are, it's what we are. And we if we want to fix this malaise, this horrible gray noise that we find ourselves in, this purposeless miasma, the way through is to act out our nature and take that step into the stars to find out if we are truly alone. And I mean, even if we are, eventually we'll become the aliens. If we go out, the only way we're gonna find out is if we go looking. I don't know. What do you think about this subject? And I don't know. Uh, Thank you for watching.